The end of days for Alan and Felicia in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. Alan and Felicia had been living in the post-apocalyptic wasteland for the past few years, using what few resources they could gather to survive. It was never easy, and they often went days without anything to eat. But despite the hardships, they managed to build a small shelter and get by. One day, while scavenging for supplies, they came across a mysterious cabin in the middle of the forest. Curious, they decided to investigate further, and they soon discovered that the cabin was far from empty. Inside, they found an old man holed up in the corner of a room, muttering something about the end times. The two were about to leave when the old man suddenly grabbed hold of Alan's arm and began to speak. "You must know about the darkness that is coming," he said, his voice trembling with fear. "It is coming for us all, and there is no escape from it." Alan and Felicia were horrified, but the old man refused to say any more on the matter. When they left the cabin, they both felt an overwhelming sense of dread. They knew they had to get away from the cabin as soon as possible, but they had no idea of what this darkness might be. They decided to return to their shelter and prepare for whatever was coming. They spent the next few days gathering supplies, preparing weapons, and fortifying their shelter. But as the days went on, Alan and Felicia could feel an ever-growing presence of something sinister lurking in the shadows. It was as if an evil force was slowly drawing nearer and nearer. Finally, one night, the darkness arrived. A thick mist enveloped the entire forest, and a chill ran up Alan and Felicia's spines as they heard the distant howls of some unknown creature. Suddenly, their shelter was surrounded by a horde of hideous-looking monsters with glowing red eyes. Alan and Felicia knew they were done for. As the monsters advanced, they tried to think of a way to fight back, but it was too late. All they could do was watch in terror as the creatures dragged them away into the night. The two were never seen again. Months later, when the mist had cleared and the monsters had vanished, a few brave survivors ventured out into the wasteland. They found the ruins of Alan and Felicia's shelter, and what remained of their bodies, still locked in the embrace of death. The horror of what they had witnessed drove the survivors to recall the old man's words. As they did, they realized the truth. The darkness, it was the end of the world.
Ha!